Well, hello everyone, and thanks for watching THV 11 News at Noon. I'm Amanda Yeager. We are entering the home stretch of community stops for the THV 11 Summer Cereal Drive, and we are out in Saline County this afternoon collecting donations to help feed hungry kids across central Arkansas. Tom Brannon, he's right behind me. He's out there. He's at the Kroger off Interstate 30 in Benton. He's joining us live with an update. How is it going today, Tom?
Amanda Yeager and I guess Scott Cover. No, it's Nathan's there today. No, it's Scott. Nathan's working for me. Whoever's there is there. Thank you guys so much. Hey, we're here at the Benton Kroger Marketplace just off Alcoa Drive, and the donations are coming, and now we're getting Benton. Earlier today it was about Bryant, now it's about Benton. Big Red and David's joining me. Emily is here, and we got a mountain of cereal behind us.
Got a lot
here.
of cereal, yeah.
Yes,
we just love to chime in a little bit for the cereal drive and represent Benton and Big Red stores today. So got a truckload of cereal here.
Yeah, a whole pallet of cereal. And how many, Emily, come here, how much cereal? You counted the cereal.
I counted 342.
342 boxes. That's for you, Benton. Thank you, Big Red. How many Big Red stores?
We're up to 41 stores in Central Arkansas.
41 stores. So if all 41 stores donated all of the cereal they have.
That's right. It adds up fast.
It
does.
fast.
That's a lot of cereal. A lot of Tony the Tiger. You bet.
Right.
Yes, sir.
All right, so you still have time to donate. Come out today. We're here till 5:30 this afternoon. We're at the Alcoa location, the Kroger Marketplace. More special guests, more cereal being dropped off today, and a special thanks to Big Red. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Tom, and stay cool out there. And speaking of staying cool, the coolest ever, Scott Covert.
Yes, of course.
Let's take a look at our forecast, Scott.
Yeah, Amanda, it's certainly a warm day out there. If you're looking for any relief in the form of a stray isolated rain shower, well, unfortunately, we're not seeing anything on radar yet. However, your forecast for today does have that slim chance of one or two spotty showers today. It's a pretty low in chance. Most of it's going to be hot. We're going to be humid. We're looking at a high temperature today of 92 degrees. It already feels pretty muggy outside. Your heat index values already in the 90s. Arkadelphia, Camden already in the triple digits when you factor in that humidity. There is some relief in the extended forecast. We're going to see a cold front move through on Thursday and bring showers, thunderstorms, and some drier and some cooler air just in time for Independence Day. We're looking at that forecast coming up.
Police in Memphis say a mother is dead, and now they're on the search for her infant son and his father. According to reports, the woman was dropped off at a Memphis hospital Sunday where she died from apparent gunshot wounds. Then authorities learned that the woman's 7-month-old son, Braylon Clark, was also missing. The child is thought to be with his father, Barry Medlock, who was wanted for second-degree murder in the shooting death of the mother. Medlock stands 6'1", about 180 pounds. Braylon was last seen in a blue onesie, 27 inches long and weighs 18 pounds. Anyone with helpful information is asked to contact the Memphis PD. Little Rock voters will soon decide if they want to pay an extra penny in sales tax, but first the city board must decide how that revenue will be spent should voters approve it. As Michael Aaron shows us, the board will discuss that today.
Good afternoon to you, Amanda. We are just a few hours away from that specially called Little Rock City Board meeting when the board will vote on how they'll spend revenue from the proposed Rebuild the Rock sales tax, as it's known. That is, if voters approve it on September 14th. Earlier this month, the Little Rock City Board voted to call a special election for that date, September 14th, so voters can decide if they want this penny sales tax. The board also set a 10-year limit on the tax. It would generate an estimated $53 million each year. So we're talking about $530 million or so over the course of 10 years. And that leaves the city board with that big task today, voting on how that money would be spent. There is a big emphasis on parks and recreation, including a proposed indoor sports complex and improvements at Hinman and War Memorial Parks. But there are about 10 categories that are included in this proposal. That includes the zoo, so maybe new exhibits there, public safety, which would include a new fire station in West Little Rock, infrastructure, early childhood education, economic development, information technology, affordable housing and homelessness, neighborhood programs, and general capital improvements. So we're talking about a wide range of things here that could be covered and could be funded by this sales tax if voters approve it. That meeting is at 4 p.m. at the M.L. Harris Auditorium on the campus of Philander Smith College. We'll be there. Keep you updated tonight on our newscast and on THV11.com. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Michael. Arkansas's active COVID-19 cases and hospitalizations climbing again this afternoon. The chart here that we have shows where our active cases and hospitalizations were at 3 weeks ago on the left, and then where we stand today on the right. In the last 21 days, we've seen the number of active cases double to just over 3,100, and the number of Arkansans fighting the virus in the hospital is up 45% in the same span. County leaders all over are now urging their communities even more to get vaccinated. The numbers of new daily cases have doubled in Faulkner County, where just over a third of the community is fully vaccinated. Conway's COVID-19 coordinator says the numbers worry him, especially leading into the 4th of July holiday.
There's going to be a lot of gatherings, so we really want to be aware of that because we don't want this thing to spread and us to start having to put restrictions in place again to stop it.
Ledbetter says most of the recent cases are mainly coming from younger people. The death toll stands at 11 in Surfside, Florida, where a 12-story condo building partially collapsed last week. About 150 people are still missing. Mark Strassman has the latest from Surfside.
For 6 days now in Surfside, rescue teams have poked in the rubble for survivors. Families linger in the purgatory of not knowing.
Families, because of the process we've gone through, are coming to their own conclusions. Some are feeling more hopeful, some less hopeful, because we do not have definitive answers.
Search teams work round the clock. New photos taken 2 days before the collapse show water on the floor, cracked concrete, and damaged rebar in the complex's pool equipment room. A contractor who gave the photos to the Miami Herald says he was struck by the lack of maintenance in the lower level. Unclear whether these issues contributed to the collapse.
This picture is my son Luis Andres, which you can see all pictures and you will see the smile.
The body of Luis Bermudez's son was found Saturday. Bermudez last saw him just before Father's Day.
He told me, Papi, don't worry, I'm not going to spend the day with you, but all the days are your days.
The 26-year-old spent his life battling muscular dystrophy. In the early morning on June 24th, Luis O. was with his mother, Ana Ortiz, when the Champlain South Tower collapsed. This beach vigil last night honored all the victims.
We're trying to do the best we can, set a good example to be strong.
No one has been found alive since last Thursday, but hope still breathes here. Mark Strassman, CBS News, Surfside, Florida.
And there are now some questions about the stability of the other buildings in the Surfside complex, but an engineering team hired by the town has not found any evidence of major structural damage. Let's get to a few things you need to know this afternoon. Arkansas will notice a huge savings to the wallet when it's time for back to school shopping. Computers and other electronics are now included in this year's sales tax holiday. Arkansans are allowed to buy a variety of products without paying sales tax. Online purchases will also qualify for the tax exemption. That sales tax holiday will be August 7th and 8th.
As long as you place that order between 12:01 on Saturday, 12:01 a.m. and 11:59 p.m. on Sunday night, that is going to qualify. As long as that transaction processes, the only requirement is you have it shipped to an Arkansas address.
If you're interested, make sure to look through the exemption list on dfa.arkansas.gov. Also, a road construction update to tell you about this afternoon. RDOT has delayed opening a new downtown Little Rock exit until next Tuesday. A new off-ramp from eastbound Interstate 30 to 6th and 9th Streets had been scheduled to open today. The exit will become the only downtown exit off I-30 once that circular ramp in front of the Clinton Library is demolished starting next month. West Little Rock soon seeing its first medical marijuana dispensary. Good Day Farm, moving from its location on Rodney Parham to Chenal Parkway, right across from that Barnes & Noble and Purple Cow. The dispensary is currently located 2 blocks away from another on Rodney Parham, so the owner felt there was a need for patients in West Little Rock. The recent spike in business on Chenal was also a factor.
With population there, it just makes sense to have a place where people can access, have access to medical marijuana if needed.
Good Day Farm plans to have its door open November 1st.